So I want to talk about Kim Kardashian because this story just keeps getting darker, and I actually can't believe the information that has been exposed about her. If you don't know who Kim Kardashian is, bless you. Honestly, I don't know how you could potentially not know who she is. She is essentially forced upon us by the mainstream media. I feel as though every other article pertains to the Kardashian sisters. And I'm going to tell you how she arrived on the scene. If you already know the story, bear with me, but I'm sure many of my listeners, bless them, do not. Kim Kardashian had a boyfriend. He was at that time, he still is, a rapper and an entertainer. He goes by the name of Ray J. She was dating her boyfriend, okay? And they decided to record themselves having sex. Now, this was a personal tape meant just for both of them. And eventually, this tape got leaked, right? So Kim Kardashian had a show that was coming out, and eventually this tape got leaked, and her and Ray J had split up. Every implication on the show, which tracked her finding out that this tape was going to come out, indicated to the masses that her ex-boyfriend, Ray J, leaked it. And she was horrified by it. She cried for years, episode after episode, about how this could possibly be happening to her. And if you were watching the show, as I was when I was younger, you were sympathetic to her. You actually thought to yourself, this is a horrible situation. I mean, she has a right to have sex with her boyfriend, and nobody would want to know that something that was personal to you was then released to the public, and now people are watching her. So you felt sympathetic to her, right? Well, recently, and now this is some 20 years later, I believe, 20 years later, Ray J is watching an episode of her new show, and she again reintroduces the narrative of her as a victim of this sex tape that got released. And Ray J, who is now much older and has a daughter who was able to watch this show and understand that her father potentially did something awful to make a little bit of money, gets very angry. And he begins going on a rant saying, that is not what happened. Actually, Kim Kardashian and I decided to release a sex tape so that she would get publicity and so that it would help her become famous. Wow. That is a shocking allegation, right?
Stopping it there, and welcome to Mika Reacts Reviews. We're reacting to things on the internet. Same day, same shirt, different video. Okay. I don't usually, go to this side of the internet. I don't care much about the Kardashians, but they have been in the story a lot lately. Like Candace Owens said, it really does feel like they're being shoved down our throats, kind of like Meghan Markle, like, please just go away. Kim Kardashian has been in the news a lot via Kanye West. Kanye West has been talking a lot about the custody battle with Kim Kardashian and the 3 or 4 kids they have together, and he's also been very vocal about how he doesn't and does want his kids to be raised. And I was actually going to make a video about that because Kanye had came out, I don't know if it was recently, but he has come out talking about his addiction with porn and how his addiction to porn kind of drove his decision making when it came to partners and just life in general. And being that Kim Kardashian had a sex tape, that he was sort of infatuated with her because of that reason, and that now looking back on it, he sort of regrets some decisions, and he realizes that some of his decisions he's made was rooted in his addiction to porn.
For me, Playboy was my gateway into full-on pornography addiction. My dad had a Playboy left out at age 5. And it's affected almost every choice I made for the rest of my life from age 5 to now having to kick the habit. And it just presents itself in the open, like it's okay. And I stand up and say, it's not okay.
Well, I was showing both of my addictions. I found my dad's Playboy when I was 5 years old, and I started drinking beer or something in high school. So I actually was carrying both of my addictions, one in one arm, one in the other.
I know addiction, man. Right there.
Right? And so I was going to make a video about that. I haven't, and maybe I will, maybe I won't. But then this whole sex tape thing came out, and it's been revisited because, I heard the story about Kim Kardashian, like I think one of the kids saw something, and I don't know if that's all real and stuff because their reality show isn't reality, but apparently the kids stumbled upon something and it re-sparked this idea of a second or a new sex tape that apparently Ray J had and was going to leak and whatever, and Ray J did speak out about that and said that was utter BS, that he wasn't doing any of that stuff. And then the Kardashians, or Kim Kardashian's mom, took a lie detector test, which is, we all know, like, if you thought that was real in any way, then you might want to check your IQ levels, because I think it was blatantly clear that that wasn't real. But again, it was just basically trying to shove this idea or this narrative that it was Ray J, he leaked it, the Kim, the mom, the family knew nothing about it, they're all victims in this situation. So Ray J stepped out and said, no, this isn't true. We both knew about the sex tape, we both got paid, and we both, you know, released the sex tape, right? And as Candace Owens said, maybe Ray J is doing this because he has a daughter now, and he's like, I don't want my daughter to think that is something that I would do to another woman, because I don't want her to think that is okay. Or maybe Ray J just wants to stay relevant. I don't really know, but I can understand not wanting your child to think that you are that low of a human being that you will take a personal tape between you and your girlfriend at the time and release it to the public for money, right? I mean, I don't know how better it makes it when both you're doing it just with the other person, but whatever. Anyway, we're gonna get back into the video, but before you do, if you like type of videos, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the show any further, you can donate. My PayPal me link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You should like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop, links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. All right, here you go.
This is, again, a woman who is put into our faces every single day by the mainstream media. We view her as a victim. Okay, yeah, she got fame in a weird way, but okay, who could hold that against her? And he is now claiming that she was involved. So this week, her mother, who is Kris Jenner, who you might be familiar with, she manages all of the careers of her daughters, went on to a late night talk show with James Corden, and she decided to take a public lie detector test to determine whether or not it was true that she and her daughter sat down with honchos and released the sex tape so that her daughter could become famous. Here is the clip.
Here we go.
Okay.
Did you help Kim release her sex tape?
It's okay. No. No.
True.
Of course it's true.
Stopping it there, I have a little bit of tea about this. Okay, so I saw this on playback, and apparently Trisha Paytas, and I mean it's Trisha Paytas, so take it with a grain of salt. Trisha Paytas has also had a lie detector test with the same expert, and she said that the lie detector test guy basically said, I'll answer whatever you want. Like, we can basically create and narrate this lie detector test, reveal however you want. It's not real, right? And he's supposed to have done this with many celebrities and other influencers like Shane Dawson. Like, this is his calling card. This is his MO, to help other celebrities sort of fix their image. They do these fake lie detector tests and they answer however they wish the narrative to be, right?
Trisha Paytas exposed the gentleman, polygrapher, who said that, you know, that guy does a lot of fake lie detector tests.
Can I just say one more thing about the lie detector guy? I've been hooked up to him. Like, check out like me on his videos. Like, I've been hooked up to him, and he literally will say like, "Oh, I can give you whatever answer you want."
Dude, I knew that guy was such a scammer.
Obviously, he's in like everyone's videos.
But he straight up just says you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, no, he says, "Oh, tell me what you want me to say."
What?
Yeah, oh,
That's
for sure.
so lame.
Oh, when I got hooked up to it, he literally was like, "Oh, what do you, like?" They're like, "No, say yes to that, say no to that." Like, I'm like, "Okay." He's not like real.
And if you go back and watch a bunch of James Charles, Shane Dawson's, the Paul brothers, they've all done lie detector tests with the exact same guy. So he's like known, he's a famous lie detector guy, right? And she's saying that it's fake. So now people say, okay, we're putting a lot of two together. But then Ray J shut the whole thing down.
So once again, I don't believe that the lie detector test is real whatsoever. But let's continue.
Of course it's true. Of course it's true. This is not a publicity stunt at all. This isn't. I don't want you to think that Kris Jenner called up her PR agents who are so powerful and basically said, we need to get in front of this narrative that we released the tape. Don't know. Of course it's true. This is obviously a lie detector test on a late night talk show. So of course it's true. Except it's not. So her doing this obvious, almost a stand-up routine, it's a mockery, it should insult your intelligence to believe that she actually took a lie detector test and determined the results live. So Ray J hears about this, he watches this, and he becomes infuriated. And he goes on Instagram and decides to expose the Kardashian family for being one of the most dishonest families in media. I would actually say the most dishonest family in media. Here is Ray J taking to Instagram.
You got 400,000, just like I got 400,000. We signed the contract the same day. You got the same contract I got, except guess what? You rushed me to sign the contract because your mama was rushing me to sign it. So guess what you did? You signed my deliverables in your handwriting, right? Because you was rushing me. So you signed my deliverables. Kim Kardashian got her handwriting and her fingerprints all over my contract. When you look at the two, when you look at my signature and you look at her signature on my deliverables, that say sex tape number 1, sex tape number 2, and guess what? The third sex tape or the second they've been trying to play me on called Santa Barbara Sex. Her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the mother and said, hey, we're going to go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do. But you watched it and made a decision. And then you get on whatever show you was on and take a lie detector test with a fraud.
I mean, all I can say to that is, wow.
I honestly knew this already, and I thought it was common knowledge. But at the time when I heard this, I was living in LA and I was on a lot of movie sets like that. I was like a background actor / trying to be an actor. And you hear about celebrity gossip constantly when you're on these sets. You hear them from the cameramen, the crew, the ADs, the assistant to the stars. And so I tend to always believe them because they're closer to the celebrities than I am. And I thought this was common knowledge. And everyone was like, oh yeah, like they both knew, they both signed off of it, they both got paid. And I already knew that the mother had to watch the videos to release, to agree to the release of the video because she's Kim's manager. I didn't know about like there was a second one and there was a reshoot. I didn't know all of that, but I already knew that. And I never really understood why people liked the Kardashians so much because I always thought that was quite disgusting and kind of incestuous to be like, can you imagine, like even me thinking about it makes me want to throw up and I'm not even a mom. Can you imagine like sitting down watching your child have sex multiple times on different tapes? And even watching it and analyzing it. Oh, like this one looks better. Your angles are better in this one. The lighting is better in this one. You moaned better in this one. You know what I mean? And then deciding this one's better for your career. Release this tape instead, right? That's disgusting and that's pimp-like behavior. Your mother pimped out your kid. It's not uncommon in Hollywood to be, unfortunately. This is probably just the most well-known case. If you believe it, I tend to believe it because I've heard this years ago. And so when people start acting like surprised about this, like, oh my God, Ray J said this, I thought it was common knowledge, but I guess it was just the LA movie set, gossip bubble, but I already knew this. But anyway, let's continue.
Wow. Indisputable, by the way. He's also dropped the handwriting of Kim Kardashian, the 3, I'm holding it up right now, the 3 sex tapes that her and her mother and him decided to choose between. Her mother was so involved. Did you hear him? She was so involved in the details. She wanted to pick which sex tape to release. And then she went to her friends and she sat down with the honchos and she sold her daughter's body for fame. Ray J explains, and you can go and you can find these clips online, that this is why they did it. It was the trend. Release a sex tape and you will get some fame. You know, I suppose it started with Pamela and Tommy. Paris Hilton did something similar. And Kim Kardashian and Ray J decided that this would be a good thing to bolster her career, and she went for it. There are really no words that can adequately describe how positively disgusted I am by this story and what this signifies for in terms of the world that we are in today. What this really means, that a mother sat down and decided to sell her daughter's body for fame and money, and she was successful, right? But there are two things here that we need to remember.
I think what it signifies for society, and I've said this before in other videos, just because someone's famous, just because something's popular, just because something's trendy, does not mean it's good or of value. For the most part, it usually isn't, right? It's usually a reflection of where society is. Kim Kardashian being famous, the amount of fame, the amount of attention, the amount of money they have garnered is a direct reflection of where we are as society when it comes to our own values, right? And I'm not a purist. I don't really care about sex work. If you want to do that, fine. But like Kim Kardashian got famous off a sex tape. Kim Kardashian sells sex. Yes, they're smart business people to be able to grow this and continue to grow this into an empire, basically. But like I said before, that's why I was so shocked that people love them so much, because I knew this about them years ago. Years and years ago. I know stuff about a lot of celebrities that I've heard through the gossip train about being on movie sets in LA. Like, maybe one day, I don't know, do a Patreon. I know some shit about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. I know a lot of crap. I've heard a lot of crap anyway. I'm not going to say I know. But I knew this. And so for me, the society that would promote a family that's a little bit like pimpy-esque and incestuous, and a mother doing it to their daughter, to me was like kind of disgusting. But I guess it wasn't common knowledge. But honestly, most of this is a direct reflection of where society is. Again, I'm not saying that only people that can be famous are Mother Teresa's. I'm not saying that we need to live in a pure, like, super sanitized society where women don't get on camera unless they're wearing a turtleneck up to their eyeballs. I'm not saying that. But if you look at the most famous people, if you look at the people that get the most clout, if you look at the people who get the most money, are they people that are actually helping the society or the system or your children or the country or the culture in any way? Are they sort of helping it to plummet it? Are they helping the destruction? Are they helping in the downfall? Are they there just for junk? Are they there just for a distraction? You know what I mean? Are they there just to dumb you down? Look at the most famous, the most popular, the ones that get the most clout. It's a direct reflection of where society is. Anyway, let's continue.
There are two things here that we need to remember. Not only did she do it, not only should we be completely disgusted by the idea that a mother, I just had a daughter, that a mother would sit down and watch various tapes of her daughter having sex with a boyfriend out of wedlock, and then say, let's sell this tape. This is the best one. You look the best in this tape. This will make you the most famous. Not only is that disgusting, but then that her plan worked. Kim Kardashian is a billionaire today. And she's, by the way, still selling sex. I now hold the opinion that Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. And I'm not going to edit this opinion. Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. Her mother is a pimp. Worse than a prostitute, Kim Kardashian is a corpse. She's a body without a soul. She is so emblematic of the society that we live in today. That if you are willing to degrade yourself, if you are willing to denigrate yourself, then our society, our American society, will give you more, right? How much are you willing to show us of your body? How much are you willing to give us of your daughter's body? That is the price of fame, and she did it. So no, it is not an exaggeration to say that Hollywood is satanic, because what could possibly be more satanic than that? What could possibly represent a more incestuous, if you will, relationship than a mother viewing her daughter's body, having sex, and selling it? This is where we're at. This is why we tell you not to follow the Hollywood types. This is why you should not allow your children to idolize Hollywood.
I never did. I never idolized Hollywood. I never idolized celebrities, even when I was a teenager. Because I know people usually grow out of it at some point, right? But even when I was a teenager and I saw my classmates fawn over boy band members and cry and scream at the idea of seeing them in person, I never understood it. Because in my mind, even when I was like 12, 11 years old, in my mind, I'm like, that's a stranger. They don't know you, they don't care about you, they don't value you. If you die, they will not shed a tear for you. But you're literally pouring out so much of your soul, your energy, your heart, and your emotions and your mental space for a stranger. People fawning over celebrities is like taking a random picture of a stranger off the streets and fawning over that person. That's how strange it is to me. I never understood it. I've never done it. I can logically get it, but I never myself personally got it, right? They're a stranger. I don't I don't get it. But it's the idolization of celebrities because, I don't know, I think as a human beings, it's our nature to look up to something, and because we're killing God or we're killing spirituality and we're killing faith, then those people have just replaced that, you know, false idols. Anyway, let's continue.
This is why you should skip the Emmys and you should skip the Grammys and you should skip every other show, because the people that are receiving these statues, this form of idolatry, I will do anything for this statue. I will do anything for fame. I will abort my child. I will sell my child. You tell me what I have to do.
And you see that even on micro levels, right? You see that on TikTok, where there was a trend on TikTok called pee yourself or piss your pants, where young people or young adults went into public and peed their pants and filmed it just for the attempt of going viral. And I know that's not as serious as the Kardashians' allegations. However, it's just on a micro level showing that people will do anything. Not everyone, but there is a larger amount of people that will do anything to become famous. The Kim Kardashian situation isn't new. This has been going on in Hollywood forever. What's her name? Brooke Shields? Is it Brooke Shields? The actress who played in Blue Lagoon? She was 14, and she was basically naked on that show. She played a child prostitute. I believe she was topless in that movie. And she did a Calvin Klein ad that was very hypersexualized. And she was an adolescent, underage, a child.
You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing.
As I'm sure you guys can see, Brooke was yet again being sexualized, but now this time in a commercial that would play all over the world. Millions all over the world would hear a 15-year-old suggest that she wasn't wearing any underwear under her jeans.
And this, no one ever talks about this, and it's just very, very, like, mainstream accepted. You want to go further back? Look at Shirley Temple. Go do your research on Shirley Temple. When she was like 4, 5, 3 years old, why is her dresses never going past her butt? Why is her underwear always out? And why is she always surrounded by grown men giving them piggyback rides? Go do a deep dive on Shirley Temple. That stuff was done on purpose. It wasn't like, oh wow, it was just a day and it was just innocent and nobody was thinking like that. No, it was done on purpose. And you think their parents didn't know about any of this stuff? Brooke Shields' mom basically sold her out to Hollywood, if it's Brooke Shields that I'm thinking of. Shirley Temple's mom knew about this. I did a video about Macaulay Culkin. I haven't released it yet, it's not public yet. When he talks about, this was a common thing. People have done this forever. People have sold their children, sold their souls, sold their families, sold whatever they need to do to be famous. And because, I don't know, fame is just a hell of a fucking drug. Anyway, let's continue.
These are not the people that we should be following. Thanks for joining.
All right, guys, that's it. I don't know what the solution is. Like, stop idolizing celebrities. I honestly think we should stop giving celebrities such large paychecks, because the more money they get, the more influence they have, the more power they have. Not every country does this. A lot of countries actually pay their actresses and their talents kind of like a nurse's wage, where they're maybe more financially well off than someone who makes minimum wage, but they're not filthy rich from being actors. I don't know why in America we make actors so fucking rich for. I understand that acting is a talent and it should be respected and you should get paid for that. But the fact that we give them so much power, so much money, so much glory for an acting job, they're not saving lives. They're not, finding cures for things. Why are we enriching and lining our pockets so fucking much? But it won't change. The disgusting pervertedness of Hollywood, the Me Too-ness, the casting couchness, the fact that they gain so much power, so much influence, so much of a big platform will never change, because society won't change it. Because we want to see our movies. We want to be entertained. And if we're willing to pay the money, then they're going to continue doing what they're doing. it's never going to change, really. On a massive level, on a mass level, it's not going to change. Let's get real here. There's people that I know that still listen to R. Kelly after being very, very knowing what he's doing and believing that he did all the things he did, and still listen to R. Kelly with the excuse of, well, I try to separate the person from the art. No, you're just lazy. You don't want to change your habits, so you just come up with this stupid excuse of trying to separate the art from the person. Yeah, it's not like R. Kelly shoplift, all right? If it was something like that, I get it. But R. Kelly is a kitty diddler, and people still listen to him. So if you think that on a massive level that this is ever going to change, it's not, because society is not going to change. That's why the most popular people is a direct reflection of society. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let me know what you guys think of this video in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to get notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel further, you can donate. My PayPal link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop. Links down below, and links to all of the alternative platforms I'm on, my socials, including my Twitter. Other ways to support me, other ways to contact me for business is always in the links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle. I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below. Also in the comment section, hit the link. Go subscribe to the travel vlog channel and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. And I also have all my other YouTube videos down below. Go like, go subscribe, go support, and you guys have an amazing day. Bye.